and how that in itself is a huge weapon against the soul, the mind of especially the um, American Kemetics. Now I'm saying American Kemetics because I'm going to show you and tell you that Black Americans are actually the lost tribes of the Kemetic people for sure, and we don't even know it. And the mockery is on the back of the dollar with that Kemetic Egyptian pyramid, but there are no type of Kemetic Egyptian pyramids in America. So why would you put something like that? Because its people is here and detached from the eye, from Saturn, the sun, the return of the sun, which is Saturn as the sun. But yes, we are the lost tribes of Kemetics, and I'm gonna paint a picture for you. So I'm going to read to you my DNA, right? I did an ancestry, right? Mind you, I did an ancestry, and the original batch they gave me, they changed. They took it back, and then they changed it at one point. But luckily, I was wise enough when I was younger to take a picture of it. I only could get a picture of it. This is my DNA. My Nigerian, 28%, 19% Cameroon, Congo, Western Bantus people, 17% England and Northern Western Europe. So this is what I made up of, my DNA. 11% Ivory Coast, Ghana, 10% Benin, Togo, Africa. All these are mostly Africa, obviously, except for England and Northern Western Europe. Now, I almost glanced through that. All right, so it says England and Northern Western Europe because before they took it, it said I had European Jew before, and then they took that out, and then they just threw in Northern Western Europe. So they just completely took that out. That was the early day. Um, so I was at 10% Benin, Congo, 3% Ireland, 3% North, just indigenous Americas, Native American, 3% Norway, 2% Mali, 1% Sweden and Denmark, 1% Southern Bantus people, 1% indigenous Americas like the Chile region, um, and 1% indigenous Americas, Colombia and Venezuela. There should be another 1% over there. There should be like two to three of them. It was Italy. I had like 1% Italian, and then this is the one they were hiding. And then they did this weird thing where it was like, and then this region, so in which they were like, oh yeah, then you have DNA in this region. We can't exactly pinpoint, so they tell me, but this is the region. All right, so the region is Kemet, so Egypt, northern Liberia, Algeria, uh, Tunisia, Morocco, and mind you, the stronger the points is like the stronger where the DNA resonates too. So Morocco is very in the purple. So let me paint this picture. Kemet, Egypt as we know it, where I'm at, has been conquered 7 times, right? It's been conquered 7 times in its whole span. 7 times. So what happens when you get conquered? What happens when you're in disarray? What's happening now? You know what I mean? Where we have uh, people leaving because of war, migrating because of war, going to all different parts of the world, trying to find anywhere they can be just away from the war. So when Kemet fell the first time, you have to think people are leaving though. These places in my DNA, like Nigeria, left in these places like Cameroon, left to these places like Ghana, left to these places like Benin, Togo, all these places in America, in Africa, and they also left in America, and it's like they found Egyptian artifacts in America. Interesting. They found archaeologists are in disbelief. Ancient Egyptians found in America. So that's very interesting. It says in a groundbreaking discovery that could rewrite history, archaeologists have unearthed artifacts that at the heart of the Grand Canyon, suggesting an astonishing connection between the majestic natural wonders and the distant world of ancient Egypt. So, what happened when you got conquered the first time, right? They came to America. So, when they got conquered, Kemet, Egypt, the first time, they came to America. They settled here. And then they just, over time, the traditions changed a bit. It was the same information, but the traditions changed, but it's the same stuff. So they came here, and that's just what became Native American, like, because they was here for so long before white people came. But they won't tell you this. But here's the second proof. This is the ultimate proof, right? So this man name is Dexter Caffrey. This is an American man, a black man, right?
An eye-opening discovery of his own ancient past, all thanks to a DNA test. He is joining us now by Zoom from Atlanta. Hello, Dexter.
Hello, Emily. How are you?
It's so good to see you. Last time was here in Israel. We got to get you back here, but we'll have to settle for Zoom now. You have such an interesting history. Please explain what made you do a DNA test, and then what happened when you found out all of a sudden that you're related to Ramses III.
That's a great question, Emily. Well, about a year and a half ago, I traveled to places like Israel, France, and different places like that. And so what happened was people would always ask a normal question, where are you from? And I would say the States, United States. And the people I saw in France would say, no, where are you really from? And I said, the States. That's all I know. And so that question stuck with me for a long time. And I just said, where am I actually from? I mean, I know I know I'm American, but where my DNA is from? And so I said, well, let me take my DNA test. It was a 23andMe DNA test. And I took the test, and I was shocked when I saw the results. It came back, and it showed that I was actually a direct descendant of the Pharaoh Ramses III. And I knew nothing of the pharaohs. Didn't know much about Egypt, but everything you hear about, Bible stories and things like that. So for me, it was a huge shock, and that's how I found out about it.
Directly connected to one of the pharaohs, Ramses, this black American. How can that be? Because we are them. We are them. They just lied and said that we're just Native Americans, but they didn't tell you that we just became native from a long time, from just leaving Kemet and shit, like, and was just there for mad long, and everything just changed. Like I said, the traditions changed. Like, they stayed the same, the principles stayed the same, but it changed differently because it's not the same people really no more. We only have the traditions, what we were taught, and all the teachings are gonna alter and get changed. But we are them. Like, it's not a mistake. Niggas was slaves and they did all this shit. They had to do this shit to make you forget that. They had to do it. This is why you have to have Jesus. This is why you have to have Muhammad and Islam and all that shit. This is why you have to have that, because it makes you forget that you're fucking Dexter Caffrey. That's who you are. And man said he said, I didn't even know nothing about Egypt or nothing like that. He said, I just did a DNA test and they said it came back like this. Man said I had no knowledge of Egypt. Exactly, nigga. But like, you're not supposed to, based on what they did, based on what they did with the religion, based on what they did in slavery. That shit was to make you forget. It wasn't on accident. And they make you forget, and then they put you on the back of the dollar, and then they just mock you, because that's you. That's why that type of pyramid is on the back of an American currency, because that is you. Those people are you. Those people are us, the black Americans, or kemetic Americans. Or kemetic Americans. We've been here for mad long, but we just was chilling. And then eventually Columbus came, but they killed a lot of us. They destroyed the information. They killed a lot of us. They destroyed the information. They killed a lot of us. They destroyed the fucking information.